All right, in this video, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the problem that Bitcoin is facing prior to adoption and the potential solution. Explore these options and update you a little bit on some meetings that I've had. Maybe do a time for a Q&A here if I can go through these comments. So let's get started on that. A couple of video, was it yesterday or the day before, I uploaded a video regarding meetings that I was going to have with Rock Wallet and discussions with potential, onboarding. Now the problem is currently that, see, right now, like the Bitcoin ecosystem, Bitcoin, the original protocol, maybe has let's say 100,000, let's say it's 100,000 people. Let's just throw a number out there. Well, the rest of the world is about another, 4 billion people online. I don't know, 3 or 4 billion people online, a lot. And all those people, if they want to buy Bitcoin, well, they have to go through what they would have to go through to do it. Now, we've done tests on this, is about if they're savvy and they are good at and can get approved, they can do it in about 20 to 40 minutes, okay, to just buy $1 worth of Bitcoin. Let's say $1, that's all they want. It's going to take them 20 to 40 minutes, and they might get rejected, and it might, more likely than not, take 48 hours or more. Now, and including in that process is extremely complicated. In fact, it's so complicated that a young lady that I had on the show before, Mags, she actually wrote an entire book, an entire course about it of about 20 or 30 pages of explaining, the best ways and training and how to do it. It required an actual book to learn how to do it. So, because it's just too hard to figure out. Somebody doesn't walk you through it. So, I'm not going to go into how hard it is. It's just hard, it's daunting, and it's confusing. And when somebody just wants to spend $1, $2, $3, they give up most likely unless they're extremely committed. So if you're watching this video and you are already somehow in, the original Bitcoin protocol, then my hat's off to you, because you made it. You paved the way. Now, with that being said, I had a meeting with Kevin. Now, he is the director of the new stablecoin called Money. Now, I'm sorry, sales director or the customer service guy, he's basically the account, he's the one that's reaching out to everybody. He's handling, the stablecoin. Okay. He's the guy over there. Now, he's basically exploring all these, ways to make this thing easier, to make it happen. Because what if people want to buy Money, the stablecoin, on Bitcoin? Well, how are they going to do it? Again, it's this extremely long, hard process to do. So that being said, I'm going to have to talk kind of in riddles here with some of the stuff, but ultimately there are multiple solutions. I'm unable to disclose. There are multiple solutions that have been that are in play right now that are being brought forward and met with behind the scenes with let's say Money we've already talked to them, and in addition, other people as well, who I'm not going to name until, I meet with them, but other people who are also going to be involved and bringing this to make this happen. Because if, let's say that Money has an easy way to purchase it, and you could buy it for like $1, well, why not? Why not try it out? Buy it for $1, see what happens, if the fees are low. I'm going to do it, if I can get that done. But right now it just doesn't exist. So this is all being explored right now. It's a team effort. It's not a company thing. It's not a Money thing or me or anybody else. It's literally like an entire community thing. This has to happen. So like every single day, my man Daniel is really, pioneering all this. He's working his ass off to make this all happen. So, hats off to him. But it's really his brain and forthwith working full time to make this happen. So, with him coming together with myself, and then of course Money and Kevin and others now, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Why? Because I've already seen it happen in other ways. Okay. I've seen it happen. In fact, I've already done it, but it just doesn't work. Obviously, this is a new product. It's a new stablecoin. So having a new stablecoin needs to have new ramps, needs to be seamless. And once it's done seamlessly and you're in, think about it. Once somebody gets in with the stablecoin, well, forget an exchange. What's the point? Why do we need an exchange? We always remember the big problem before was like, let's say BSV got delisted from exchanges, and a lot of people sued, and they got that class action going. Well, what do we even need exchanges for? Because people are just going to be transacting in the stablecoin peer-to-peer. Okay? And if they want to use it somewhere else or send it off to an exchange, I guess they can do that, but it's going to be peer-to-peer, consumer to creator, creator to consumer, payouts, conversion back to fiats. Okay? All done on Bitcoin. That's the idea, that's the plan, the way I'm seeing it happen, and how we're going to actually bring Bitcoin to the world. Because the moment there's demand and people need to use it, that's when adoption happens. It's all happening. Now, let me see if I have time to go through some of these Q&A. The Real Newspaper says, heck yeah, let's go, Gavin. I'm down to fund it. Oh, dude, nice. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He says he's down to fund it. I mean, I'm actually having a conversation on Friday. With discussing this and how to do it. People are down to fund it. It's going to be about $250,000 to make this happen. People are down to contribute. Now, I wouldn't be support or do anything if it's just a donation. It needs to have incentive. It has to be, if someone were to put in, they have to be getting something in return of high value. So I don't believe in that GoFundMe and all that crap. That's just a waste of time. So this has to be thought through to make it work and worthwhile for everybody. So that I'm going to talk with the guys on Friday, but still more legit than Craig Wright. Satoshi says, for sure, okay, this is about the Satoshi identity reveal case in London, the press pass one that I just had today. And I'm just going to go through a couple of these. We got, for sure, it's a chess move by COPA. So Craig is not alone in his claims to be Satoshi. My man, 21, Gutek. It was obviously a setup, and the incongruent clothes he chooses, trainers, combat pants, desert boots, tartan style. The clues are all, it's a disguise, and there's a long, great disguise. It's hilarious. I thought it was Craig from the outset. Craig has a great sense of humor. Dude, it was so funny when I saw that picture and I saw Craig's face on there that Rod Sirloin made that joke and whatever timeline. He's like, those guys are like 8 hours ahead of me. So by the time I'm getting it's afternoon or evening over there, right? And everybody been laughing about it. I'm waking up and I'm thinking oh, wow, Craig's at this event? How cool. That's a cool picture, so other people thought it was Craig too. It was a super funny disguise. And it was Halloween. What a great sense of humor I thought that Craig had to pull that prank. Funniest thing he says is that I saw an evidence that he had a cross that had a file named Coinbase with a date dated 2007, yet Coinbase wasn't created until 2012. So this is more about the false document claim about Craig Wright. Now again, I'm not here to defend Craig, okay, on this. So don't take this as defend or hope. Quick disclaimer. But be mindful, and Jack talked about this on the space the other day, that when Craig disclosed all the documents, he disclosed everything from Kleiman. He had a duty to, here you go, court. Here's all the stuff from Kleiman. And that's 10,000 pages of stuff. He told the court that he wasn't authenticating that every single thing is true and correct. That's not what he said. He didn't make a declaration and said, all these documents in Kleiman are 100% accurate, true, and correct. I did all these. I audited all this. No, dude, that's not at all what happened. So, there was a ton of documents in there. According to this, there was one that was forged with a Coinbase thing. Okay, that may be so, but it doesn't mean, and that's really the part of the error from I think on the appeal. It doesn't mean that Craig forged that. He never admitted to, and it's totally. I think Jack's point was on the call was it's actually malicious for COPA and other people when they know it was from Kleiman. And they know there was other people involved, and they know there was those court documents. They're just all of a sudden blame. Oh, Craig did that. 21 plot twist. CSW hired him to get a laugh for the Terranode team. BSV is a scam. Satoshi. I knew this was a comedy channel. Here we go. This is my buddy Satoshi Nakamoto. Okay. Sorry to say that. Let me see. Hold on. George, your videos are far more interesting when they were about health. This is very tedious stuff. I mean, it is, dude. It is tedious. It's not easy. I couldn't agree more. It's more simple just to be ripped, shredded, and aesthetic, to be honest, bro. I would agree with you, man. I should just, what if I just talk about that and forget all this? It's not that important, right? But I know, I agree. Talking about health is definitely something, because I love being aesthetic, ripped, and telling you guys how to do it. Like $5 is the lowest purchase price, and Eddie Dejar says, even $5, I can't even buy a sandwich in a sandwich. $5, I can't buy a sandwich with $5 in my village. What kind of point? If I already have a credit card, this is from King Ship. What's out there with only $1 to $5 in BSV that I can't already use in fiat? Middleman services. Okay, what's out there is you haven't seen yet. Okay, and it's actually going to be not to the people who already know about BSV. This isn't marketed to them. It's going to be to the people who don't. Okay, and they want to buy something that's under $5. Okay, that's all. That's the purpose. They want to buy something that's under $5, and it's going to be fan to creator, creator to fan, fan to creator. Okay, and now here's the Okay, this is a huge awakening that people are all missing, because I haven't talked about it, but the best marketers in the world for everything, reason we don't need marketing, and this is a big eye-opener for me, the reason we don't need marketing is because the best marketers in the world are the content creators. In fact, content creators made over $6 billion in last year alone, and it was far more than the NBA, just on one platform. So it's the content creators that are the marketers. And they're marketing to their existing audience, not a new audience, but none of their audience is interested in Bitcoin. Neither are the content creators. They could care less about it. In fact, they don't know about it. Maybe they have it on the side. I don't know, but they don't want to know about it. It's not involved. That's why what I'm talking about here is just it's a payment to content creator to fan. The fan wants to pay the content creator. Okay, and this is happening right now already all over the internet. But the problem is that it's just too high ticket. And then this is going to solve the peer-to-peer idea level. Peer-to-peer, small casual payments. Definitely no middleman. I mean, we need SPV wallets and Terranodes. We do. I mean, again, but we can't wait for that. We don't know if that's going to happen, right? We have no control over that. I mean, we're hoping for a perfect storm. I really appreciate your efforts. I have a quick question. This is spam. I get a lot of spam. Gavin, you agree 94, 95K top, 5-year resistance? I really don't know about the price of BTC. I think it's risky at this point. If I were investing, I would not be. I mean, it could go. BTC could keep going up. It's got so much. It's such the market behind it. The people. I just see it as such a. I just see it as such a huge risk because of the. What these people don't understand is it's on a very fragile system with this what's called the SHA-256 mining operations. So no matter how much marketing is behind it, once the miners are not making profit, then they begin to switch to whatever's more profitable. So it's an unknown factor. So, that's never going to happen. Miners are just trying to pay their electric bills. Now, some miners won't. Okay, I get it. There'll always be a chain. They'll probably keep going on no matter what. But I just see that as a big risk. Gavin, it's a good idea. Thanks for sharing your idea. Okay, this is from Sangstar. BSVs are like a bag of rice with serial numbers. They're not a security. They're a commodity. To label them as a security would be false and misleading. Absolutely. Okay, yeah, it's true. BSV now are tokens on BSV. Okay, Tim J. Swan, he says this. Are tokens also a commodity on BSV? That's that's a question I need answered, because he's saying BSVs are like a bag of rice. They're serial numbers and they are not a security. Let me give you an example. One sat ordinals. Like if you look at one sat ordinals, is that a security? This is a big question right now that needs to be answered. So, and I don't have the answer to it. I don't even understand one sat ordinals yet. I'm hoping to figure it out soon. So Bank of Nakamoto dollars will solve onboarding issues. I don't know how they solve onboarding issues. Don't you have to have Bitcoin already? or do they have a fiat on-ramp? What we're trying to do is have a one-click on-ramp. I have fiat on a credit card. I want to buy $1 worth of Bitcoin. I want to click a wallet, one click pay, 2 clicks. That's what I want. Is that what Bank of Nakamoto dollar does? I don't think so. As far as I know, they're marketing to people who are in crypto already. That's not the market that I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the existing crypto people. So let's see. Is there a link to access the live stream? This is the COPA Craig Wright contempt saga. It's on my X account as well. Gavin X at X Gavin Mail. You can watch the live stream on there. This is Casual Face, the live link, but I have the recording on YouTube too. Am I going to have another one? Yeah, I'll probably do another one soon. I've been doing them Fridays, Thursdays. I haven't been scheduling. I've just been doing them randomly right now. So I've just been poor on scheduling and letting people know in advance. So I'd like to do that. Just a quick question, Robin Smith. Oh, this is Robin Smith. He's one of the laser-eyed guys from the court. Let's see if it's a valid question. Okay, Robin Smith says it's a legal question. Contempt of court is not a criminal thing in the UK. But it can mean jail time in some cases. So contempt does not make you a criminal. You can sue for libel if necessary when allegations being criminal is made. Okay, that may be the case in the UK. I don't know. Now, in contempt in the US, it becomes a quasi-criminal arrest warrant. So I don't know how that works. He's saying that's not how it works in the UK. So that may be in Craig Wright's favor. If he ends up showing at that contempt hearing, it's not criminal, then they can arrest him. But he's going to need to get legal advice on that because the way I understand contempt in civil cases in the U.S. is it does become criminal. It can become criminal, okay, if you're found in contempt. Drew, well-deserved. Good sign that word is spreading about BSV. Congratulations on the 40,000 subs. Congratulations, Gavin. I tried the passing off case without being declared. Okay, if he tried the passing off case without being declared Satoshi, Core would just say Satoshi abandoned the project to Gavin without fulfilling his promise. If you're really suing yourself, an abandoned project, it was open season for anyone to take over. You relied on your own promise and lost money. Not our problem. That's a good point. That's probably, again, Kraken made this point, in their response, and they're for sure going to have a response similar to that, and they're for sure going to bring this up. That's going to be for a court to decide. But, the point I had in the last video about this was like, look, if someone dies, they make a contract, 15 years passes by, 15 years. And the heir says, hey, that they made a contract and they wrote this to me. And they go to court. Is it too long? Oh, you should have acted on the contract. Should have acted on the will. 15 years went by. It's too long. No, it's not too long. That is, it's not. It doesn't just go away. Satoshi Nakamoto, dead, gone, indifferent, anonymous, whatever. We don't know. All we know, there's no declaration of death. We don't know whatever happened. So right now, the person has not appeared. So there's no determination of who he is. So, he could be considered lost at sea at this point, for all we know. For the court knows, in the way of the court. So if that person who is potentially lost at sea made a clear declaration of the facts saying, this is my intent, I plan on doing this, it's going to be a fixed protocol. Well, that's what the court's going to have to decide. If it was a fixed protocol, BTC Core could potentially be stopped. Stopped. Promissory estoppel. Yeah, making statements about the judge being biased is a losing argument. I would agree with Robin Smith 100% on that. 100%, dude. You don't want to say, oh, the judge is biased. That's just coping. That's excuses. Yeah, I mean, I tried. I started there when I was new and going to court for the first time, and I tried that. It's a lame. Like I said, it's an emotional thing when you think, oh, the judge is biased against me. He's just doing his job. It's one case at a time. Robin Smith, we've got a great conversation going with him and some other people about things. Craig's still causing stuff. I can't believe it. Tucker Carlson says he's backing democracy because of CFP black budgets. Can't complain about going to court when you're the person who brought the suit. Okay, my dog Jesus. Okay, so let's look at this morally and logically. Mellor first admits years ago that he wrote the white paper. Now he has amnesia in a new trial and forgets. So he rules against you and says that it's no longer true. Now you want to bring a case before the court, before this corrupt court, and that you get the judge to rule for the third time. Mellor, can someone tell me, how any of this is moral or logical or reasonable? Is Mellor the only judge in England? Okay, my man. First of all, I was confused about this too. This case right now that they were in for the contempt hearing is not the new case. It's just the COPA case. So the new case has not established jurisdiction yet. So Mellor, COPA came forward to the new case. Some parties behind COPA came forward, and they wanted to find Craig in contempt for filing the new case. But it's not the parties in the new case yet. Okay, so that's still separate. Could be a different judge. It hasn't been combined. Nothing to do with each other right now. So, okay, 20 minutes. Is this the same thing? I'm going to see if I can do a Q&A, go a little longer. Let's see. Conflict of interest, same judge. Okay, so a lot of these are the same. Okay, somebody's saying genetics are more important than any of this crap. The dude could eat burgers all day. It's his genetics. Someone saying that about me. And that was a Zookine. If I showed you pictures of me when I was just a few years, like 5 years ago, there's before and after, you see it wouldn't be genetics. If I could find pictures of me when I was probably about 10 years old, I was a chubby kid. Not fat, but chubby. Wasn't healthy because I was eating really bad food. It wasn't until I was about 13 that I 12, 13, I started swimming, got super athletic, and I went to a doctor, because I had bad health with asthma, and he's like, you need to stop eating all this, fast food and everything, and he got me on a better diet, and then all of a sudden, boom, I got shredded, I was like 13, just ripped. But I didn't always stay that way. Again, like I was at AmeriQuest 04, I was out of shape. I was out of shape again in 2012, got out of shape again all the way up to 2013, back and forth. So it's not just genetics. It definitely, the body has a way of redefining itself through habit. Habit is everything. So, hi, how are you? All right, there's a lot more comments I could go through right now. This is all just the recent ones in the past few days. So, let me do another video for that. But yeah, just in a recap, let me pause that for a moment. Recap, I did have a phenomenal meeting with the guys at Money, Stablecoin, Kevin. And so we just strategized, man. It's like, dude, how the heck are we going to have this onboarding happen? How is anybody going to buy your stablecoin if they can't buy it with 1 or 2 clicks? Who wants to buy $1, $2 stablecoin for a 48-hour KYC process? So anyways, these things are in the works. And I'll be reporting back with more information on ideas. And if it's a community effort, it's a community effort. That might be on the radar. All right? Hit the ones. Leave a comment. I'm going to read them. I'm going to do my best to reply to all of these as well in writing. And I'll see you at the top. Share the video. Later, dude.